Hi, I'm Kristen, and welcome to Yoga for Balance. Today we're going to focus our practice on balance, something I'm certain that we all need a little bit of in our life. So today we're going to start by standing up. So keep your feet about hip distance apart. We're going to start in mountain pose. So hands are coming down at the sides, palms are facing out, fingers are spread nice and wide. From here, we're just going to come into our natural breath. Maybe roll the shoulders back and down. Gaze is going down towards the ground, or maybe you take a moment and you close the eyes. Really settle in here. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Feel the feet firmly planted on the earth beneath you. Feel the strength of your legs holding you upright. And just take a moment to scan the body. Noticing what may have shown up with you today in your practice. As humans, every day is different. The way our body feels, the way our mind acts, the emotions that run through us. So without any judgments, just simply notice how you feel today. Palms are faced open so you can receive positive energy and love. Maybe you lift the toes up off the mat, really feeling the four corners of the feet pressing into the mat. And release the toes back down and send the gaze softly open and forward. Starting with some movement and some breath work. We're going to inhale the arms up towards the sky, reaching the fingertips nice and long. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to send the hands out towards the sides. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we fold forward, bending into those knees ever so slightly. Inhale, we rise up. Hands come up towards the sky. Exhale, hands come to the side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we fold forward. Speeding it up a little bit. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Speed it up a little bit more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You know what to do. Moving with breath. Prana. Moving through the body. We are all made of energy. We need to let it flow. Building up some heat. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Coming back into that mountain pose. Gaze is down towards the ground. And coming back to that natural breath. Maybe taking a couple breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. releasing what no longer serves you in this moment. From here, finding a little bit more movement. So we're just going to sway from side to side. Just allow those arms to swing. Allow the arms to be heavy. Twisting from right to left or left to right. Trying not to control it. And just simply let it flow. Once again, moving with breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Waking up that spine. Stretching the body. Moving the body. Maybe smacking your booty a little bit. Notice how the body starts to loosen maybe. Letting go of that control. Knowing that none of us are truly in control. And having fun. Smiling as we're doing it. And slowing it down. And coming back to center. We're going to inhale the arms up towards the sky. This time taking the right hand, grabbing that left wrist and stretching over to the right. Finding a nice little crescent stretch, banana stretch here. Inhale. Exhale, grab the right wrist, stretch over to the left. Inhale, grab the left wrist, stretch it over to the right. Inhale, exhale over to the left. And release it all back down. Placing the hands onto the hips, starting with that balance. So keeping those hips or those feet about hip distance apart still. We're going to bring that right knee up towards the chest. Keep that right foot nice and flat and flexed. That will help you balance. And taking the arms out to the side. And then twisting to the right. Making sure not to hold your breath in these balancing poses. And back to center. Hands come back onto the hips. If you falter, get back into it. It's time taking that right hand on the inside of that right knee and opening up that right leg. Keeping that right foot flexed still. And coming back to center. Hands come onto the hips. This time we're going to straighten that right leg. You can stay here with hands on your hips, or maybe you bring your hands to heart center. Leg doesn't have to be very high. Find what works for you. Remember, this is your practice. And if you falter out of the pose, it's called balance. Get back into it. Just as in life, things can be challenging, but we got to pick ourselves back up and dust ourselves off. And then release the foot down to the ground. Shake it out a little bit. I don't know about you, but I feel a nice burning sensation in my leg. Coming back into that mountain pose. Taking a moment here to regroup. Hands coming onto the hips. This time lifting that left knee up towards the sky, foot is flexed. Paying attention to your body, noticing how one side may feel different than the other. Completely normal. In fact, each and every day, each and every minute is different. Take the arms out nice and long and twist it over to the left. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And bring it back to center. Bringing those hands back onto the hips. Taking that left hand on the inside of that left knee and opening up that left leg. That looks like Captain Morgan. And if you wobble and if you falter, that is okay. Come back to it. You are strong. And bring it back to center. This time straightening that left leg. Hands come to heart center. Remembering that that leg does not have to be very high. Find your practice, your version of this pose. Ooh. And release it all down, shake it out. Feeling some heat in those legs. From here, coming back into that mountain pose stance. Feet are shoulder width apart. We're going to bend into both of those legs, going into eagle, or half eagle really, lower half. So bend that right knee, lifting it up, and place it up and over the left knee. Bending into that left leg. Maybe you can wrap those toes, those right toes, around the back shin of that left leg. If not, then just stay exactly where you are. Bring your hands to heart center, or maybe on your hips. Squeeze the glutes, tuck the pelvis, belly button to spine. Smile, because we're having fun. Building some balance along with some strength. And release it all down. And shake it out. Evening things out, bending into those knees, lifting that right or that left leg up and taking it over the right. And then squatting down, so bending into that right leg. Pay attention again to how each side is today in your practice. Notice how your body feels in the pose. Where is your mind in this moment? Do you have positive affirmations? I got this. I can do this. I am balanced. And release it all down. From here, we're going to go into Warrior One. So take that right foot out front. Left leg is behind you. Toes are pointing towards the left side of your mat. Hips are facing forward towards the top of the mat. Bending into that right knee. You need to open those hips a little bit more. You can heel toe that right foot towards the outer edge of the right side of the mat. This also helps with balance. Find your stance today. Inhale and exhale. Take a few breaths here. Really feel the pose. And then keeping those hands on the hips, we're going to press into that left leg, that back leg, and we're going to push ourselves off. Lifting that left leg off the mat Left toes are facing down towards the mat. Again, leg doesn't have to be very high. Find your version. Hands can stay on the hips, or maybe you bring the hands out in front of you. Finding some balance. We're going to inhale as we pull that knee up towards the sky. Hands come up. Foot is flexed. Exhale, push it back. Inhale. Lift the knee. Exhale, push it back. One more time. Inhale. Lift the leg. Exhale, press it back. And drop that foot back down. Hands come on the hips. We're going to reverse it. So take and make that left foot your front foot. Right foot is back and pivoted. Take a few breaths. And when you're ready, press into that back leg and press it. Lifting that right leg off the mat. Toes are facing down towards the mat. Hands are either on the hips or once again, they're out in front of you. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Drop that right leg, open back up to warrior two. Bringing the hands on the hips, heel toe those feet together. Once again, coming back to that mountain pose, that strong stance, balancing stance. Working into tree pose. So finding, again, that stance. You can also bring the feet a little closer together, just makes it a little bit more challenging. But bringing those, I like to have those feet about hip distance. Shift your weight into that left leg. And then from here, lifting those right toes up. Maybe this is where you stay. Perfectly fine. Maybe you place the foot on the ankle or the shin or the thigh, just not onto the kneecap, because we don't want any injuries today. Bringing those hands to heart center, find something in front of you that you can look at, something that can be your drishti or focal point. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you decide that you want to grow your tree, so lifting the arms up overhead and out in a nice wide V shape. Making sure to breathe. And bring it all back in and release it down. Shake out those legs. Coming back into that mountain stance. Shift the weight into that right foot. Lifting those left toes up and finding the version of tree for you today. Bringing those hands to heart center. And once again, maybe you grow your tree. Remembering that trees do bend in the wind. So maybe your tree sways a little bit. That is what it's all about. And bring it all back in and release it down. Ending our practice right where we started today, back into that mountain pose. Bringing those hands at your sides, rolling those shoulders back and down, closing the eyes or sending the gaze down towards the ground. Coming back into that breath. Inhale and exhale. And take a moment here to scan the body once again. Taking notice of how you feel after you flowed through that beautiful balancing practice. Notice the prana or energy running through you. And slowly blinking the eyes open if they were closed, bringing the hands to heart center, placing the thumbs on your sternum, feeling your heartbeat, finding gratitude for yourself in your practice today and all that your body is capable of. Knowing that this practice was about you. May you be filled with love, surrounded by peace, and in good health. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.